Madden NFL 24. And up next is Demario Davis, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Saints and the Jags on Thursday night.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they've got all W's on the ledger so far.
The Jags defense ready to go and in good form, coming off the shutout a week ago. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
And he had a great game a week ago. Just about everybody on this unit did in the shutout. It's going to be a tough performance to replicate. But this group, they believe they're up to the challenge.
Carr going to throw right away.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there on the first play of the game. 47 yards.
I've heard of good strike offenses, but this has taken that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. And they're playing with a lead here in this first quarter as this drive gets underway.
Carr now on 1st down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. A give to Kamara running right. A little juke. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they will take over at the 29-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They've had the upper hand so far in this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this 1st down.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 17 carries, 78 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. Now a play fake. Carr. Finding Taysom Hill complete. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down. Carr now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Hands up, forcing the incompletion.
Smith will come in motion right.
Here's Carr now going to fake the jet sweep and throw off play action.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Carr. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that This pass rush, they know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. They've looked good so far. This whole team has, for that matter, in the midst of a big first half as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long. Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit rough.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable third quarter lead as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
Carr now on 1st down. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly.
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. And they'll begin by trying to defend a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On first down, Carr. And it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's second down. Throwing now is Carr.
There's Chris Olave.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They've been terrific all game long, have not let this offense get on track, and they try to close this one out here in the fourth.
Here's Carr to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
They can't read us straight up. Let's go. We coming back for real. What down?
The Saints on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be third and a mile. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Josh Allen, make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. They'll be summoned one more time here in the final minute of this football game.
Guys ready to get it on right now? It's one play at a time, baby. Let's go now. Let's go.
On play action, it's Carr. Thomas brings it in. That goes for a gain of 31.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
To throw, it's Carr. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Jaguars, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.
Celebrate tonight. Back to work tomorrow, fellas. Plan to do a lot of celebrating this year.